What up, what up, what up, what up, people? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing today? What up, Freight? Man, my alerts are just, what the hell did YouTube do? My alerts are just not getting out. My phone is going crazy. Let me see something. Hang on a second. Been crazy, man. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. So, hang on. Let me do something real quick. 1 second, people. Phone's blowing up. Phone is blowing up. Here we go. Man. As soon as I start the live stream. So you guys see the title, right? What did I title it? Let me see. The real struggles. Let me see what I titled this shit. I'm about to mute this thing. The real struggles I have in trucking. So I decided to share a little bit of situations, that not just I go through, but a lot. Hang on, people. Oh, there we go. There's some good pictures. Let me mute this thing. There we go. So check this out, right? If you guys are thinking about having drivers and all that kind of stuff, I mean, there's a lot of fun to it, right? But there's a lot of downfall. What up, Jason? There's also a lot of downfall, right? The problem that I have and a lot of other people have is, like I believe in under promise and over deliver. Does that make sense? Under promise and over deliver. Like if I do an interview with somebody, I'm not gonna give them 100% of everything I know, can do, and all that kind of stuff, right? I want to offer them a whole lot less, right? So then, if I'm hired onto something like that, then I give the whole 100%, and then they're like, "Oh shit, I didn't know you know how to do that. Hell yeah, man, that's great." And the next thing you know, what I do, I under promise and over delivered. But I notice with people, they over promise and under deliver. Over promise, under deliver. One of the new guys I hired, um, I know how to do, he's like, I know how to do end dump and bottom dump and drive in and this and that and all this stuff. And I'm like, all right. Well, we all know when you're doing drive in, you have to slide, you slide the tandems all the way to the back. He didn't know that. Like, how do you not know that? He's driving a truck. He can't shift. And that's the biggest problem that I'm seeing, with drivers is they can't shift. They ain't got the automatic restriction, all that kind of stuff. They just can't shift. That bugs the hell out of me. Like, don't drive my truck and be scratching my gears up. Like, if that's what I got to deal with, then I'm gonna just sell everything and just be me by myself, right? I just don't like that. Or they get out and they leave the freaking door open on the truck. Close the door, bro. Close the door. Like, I just have some pet peeves, but here's the thing. When people jump into any one of my trucks, they're like, "Damn, man, this is a nice truck." Like the blue truck, the 16, right? People wanna buy that truck. Why? Because the damn thing is clean. For a 16 and you go down the road, you ain't got a bunch of rattling. You don't got no wind coming through the doors from people leaving the door open. You know, what up, Trav? You don't have none of that stuff. But sometimes it's like it doesn't matter who you hire. If they know you, if they don't know you, you know, this other driver that I had in the past, he was bad about checking my oil and everything. It's like, bro, you gotta check this shit out, bro. Like, who? Let me ask you a question. Who the fuck likes breakdowns? If you like breakdowns, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't, put a 2 in the chat. Who the fuck likes breakdowns? So how do you prevent a breakdown? You prevent a breakdown by checking your equipment really good when you park it and really good when you leave. You know, I mean, it's just to me, it's just common sense. You treat your truck good because that's your paycheck. But what it is, I have multiple trucks, right? So I normally have a spare, and so fuck it, if it blows up, I'll just jump another truck, and that's what normally happens. Well, when my Hurricane truck took a shit, it's a really nice truck. You know, I have to really sit back and just think, what a Pop Tart. And Pop Tart, I agree with what you're saying. Pop Tart said because I was like, should I keep the truck and sell the truck? And what I tell you guys is always keep your own truck because you know what you got, right? But the problem I'm having with that truck, it's 18 speed and all kinds of other stuff. It's like a Cadillac of trucks, and everything else. And it's like these drivers don't appreciate that. You know what I mean? They can't shift. What up, GAD? They can't shift a 10 speed, much less an 18 speed, you know? So it's like I can rebuild the engine, but what do I do with the truck? People can't drive. People, you know, I'm telling you, I've got people with 15 years experience, clueless about trucking shit, clueless how to shift, clueless about everything. So back to my story with this one guy that used to work for me, right? Um, he never wanted to get the truck washed. I'm like, bro, go wash the truck. Like they got my card. All they gotta do is go over there and swipe it. He just would not want to wash the truck, bro. That shit bugged the fuck out of me. You know? And then um, he never checked the oil. And this is in the blue truck, blue Freightliner. And what blew me away, so this guy has a lot of experience, right? I know this guy personally, right? But the reality is this. He's going up the 15 hill, pulling that hill, and a Walmart guy is next to him, honking, telling him that the truck is steaming or smoking or whatever. He goes ahead and finishes pulling the hill, pulls over. Now what happened was a sensor went out on the sensor went out on a thermostat or some shit. And so, excuse me, the sensor for the fan. So the fan wasn't coming on. The truck got so damn hot, it broke the fucking radiator. The coolant was shooting everywhere, creating steam. He pulls over, sees it steaming. With all his years of experience in trucking, he pulls out my fire extinguisher and dumps the whole thing on the engine. The whole thing. Like, who the fuck does that? Like, you find people, I expect that if you got 1 year experience, right? But when you got 10, 15 years experience and you are clueless of what the fuck's going on when you pull over the truck, you really don't watch the gauges. And then my new guy, which I doubt I'm gonna fuck with him anymore. I hit him up. Now I can see everything on the ELD, right? I can see the truck temperatures, I can see all that stuff, right? But I call him up, I say, "Hey bro, what's up, man? What's the temperature on the truck right now?" "Oh man, where's that at? Is it the one that says 290? Where's that at?" Remember, he's driving down the road. If you got 10 years experience, I should not have to tell you rule number 1. What's rule number 1, everybody? Let me see if you guys know. What up, Don? What's rule number 1? It's I don't give a fuck if you got 1 year or 40 years experience. The first thing you do when you get in a strange truck is do what? Do what? Now they probably don't teach it on the pre-trip, but to me, it's part of my pre-trip. What do you do, guys? I'll wait. No, but when you sit in after the pre-trip is done and you sit in the seat of the driving truck in a truck you've never been in before, you're sitting behind the wheel. What do you do before you take off? You familiarize yourself with the gauges. Some important gauges to look at is what? Look at your temperature gauge. Look at your air pressure gauge. See where that's at. Look at the temperature gauge for the oil. You know what I mean? Familiarize yourself with the gauges. This guy with 10 years experience driving my truck don't even know where the temperature gauge is. On a truck with a brand new engine that I'm still breaking in. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? So we just don't do that, you know, and we just blow that shit up. And here's the thing. Every time something happens with a truck, every time, no matter what it is, no matter what it is, no matter who it is, no matter how much experience they do or don't have, it's the same answer. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Like the craziest thing when you're not at the truck is you're trying to troubleshoot what the fuck, and all you got is I don't know and I don't know what happened. You know, and I'm just sitting back and just thinking, like, damn, man, this is really where we're at with trucking. Now, here's the thing, right? You guys can sit back and say, "So, Cal, that's why you go get the brand new trucks." Well, besides they stay in the shop a lot and everything else, here's the problem. If you got a brand new truck and you're under warranty and the driver abuses the truck, you guys know if something happens to the truck, the first thing they do is look at the driver to make sure he shut it down on time, make sure he did what he was supposed to do, right? Because if he don't do what he's supposed to do in a brand new truck with a warranty, what happens? Tell me what happens. I'll give you an example. Driving down the road, brand new engine, everything else brand new. Driving down the road, next thing you know, oil pressure went down to 0. That driver, now this wasn't my trucks or my guy, but somebody I know. The oil pressure went down to 0 right away with his experience. He pulls that motherfucker over and shuts it off right away. Like right away. Makes a call and say, "Hey man, I lost oil pressure." Now, how many people pay attention to the gauge? If you don't know the gauge, you don't pay attention to the gauges. How do you know that? So when they went back to Cummins after 3 years of fighting, they were trying to find a way to blame the driver so they didn't have to fucking warranty it because it ruined the engine. The whole thing was full of metals and shit where they had to take the whole block was ruined. They had to take it out and put a crate engine in there, brand new crate engine. 60 grand. 60 grand. You think they just let up on 60 grand like it ain't shit? No. That's how it's so important to know your gauges. I don't think people understand. But the guy driving this truck understood, right? As soon as that oil pressure went down to 0, shut it down. Shut it down. And I get it, man. You can have a red light bing and all that kind of shit, but if you don't know what to look for, you don't know where the gauge is, you don't, I mean, shit. And after 3 months of that truck in the shop, they finally put the engine in it. But no matter, man. What up, Quick? I'm gonna put the link in quick if you're able to join. But fucking no matter what goes on with these guys, man. And then I'm telling you, man, the craziest stuff is nobody knows how to shift a truck. But this is what I say, man. I'm a kind of person I like to under promise and over deliver. But most people you hire, they over promise and under deliver. You know what I'm saying? Like, they get in a truck, they can't shift, they're clueless. And I'm telling the guy, like, I'm on the phone with the new guy. He's a delivery, and I heard the person go up says, "You got to slide your tandems back." It's like it's his first day doing drive-in. Like his first day doing drive. And here's the craziest shit. We let him ride with us and go do some training with us. But the memory these guys have is like they forget. It's like you can put them in some training, and like the next day they show up by themselves, they forgot everything that you showed them. What up, Quick?
How the audio? Good.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, cool.
So
I didn't even know you're live. Sorry, bro.
No, you're good. My alerts don't get out. I don't know what. Ever since January 1st, my alerts are not getting out, bro.
Yeah, I didn't get no alert, but I was doing dropping hooks and picking up my load. I'm riding now.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you don't know, I just rebuilt the blue Freightliner, and then my Hurricane truck, fucking after a couple of weeks, the engine's gone.
Do we know what happened? How it went, or what happened?
Nobody. Is the part I'm trying to say. No matter who you talk to, like on the blue truck, like any truck, anytime you do anything, people say, "Man, I don't know what happened." The cool thing with the dude that was driving the Hurricane truck, he checks gauges, like he checks oil, he checks all that stuff, right? Like,
yeah,
I ain't saying it's on him at all, but
we just don't know what failed, basically. Not yet.
What's going on?
Yeah, damn.
So, but the thing is, right? Like, when is enough with these drivers, right? They all want to make all the big money. And again, I'm not talking about the Hurricane driver. I'm just talking in general. Like all these guys out here on social media and everywhere else, they're all worth it. They all want to make the big money. But what do you get when you give them the good money? Like, what do you get? Like, when is it enough of keep fixing on trucks? So here's the difference between being an owner operator and a fleet, right? When you're an owner operator, you do have a little background noise, but your audio is good. You just have background noise.
Yeah, I can switch headsets. Let me do that. I'll pop out, switch headsets, and come back in. I'll be back.
All right.
Out.
Night Ranger, he says, I finally got the alert. How long have I been on? I've been on for 22 minutes. What up, Alex? So one thing about the automatic trucks is they're good, but I don't like all the bullshit with the automatic trucks, right? The sensors and the bullshit. Like, I just don't like that. You know what I mean? So, but, you know, they can't drive 18 speeds. They can't drive 10 speeds. I mean, what do you do, right? I am not going to have a whole fleet of automatics. But it goes past shifting, right? Hang on. I think my son turned on the AC. Hang on a second. I'm back.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yep. No
All right,
background
cool.
noise.
All right, cool.
So the difference when you're owner operator is when you're done, you can park the truck, turn off the phone, go on your vacations, go do whatever you want to go do, and you don't have to worry about nothing. You know, you don't have to worry about nothing. When you have drivers, like for me, I don't want to fly to another country right now because something could happen. I got to go rescue something. I got to go do something. And is it the driver's fault? No, it ain't always the driver's fault. Sometimes it's the trucks, right?
Yep.
But there's benefits of having multiple trucks, and that's that you don't have to drive and chill at the house and do stuff. But you're still, it's just crazy, man. But these drivers, man, they just don't know how to shift. The backing up, the like even people with a lot of experience when I'm watching it, like I was taught by my pops, man, how to shift, right? And when you shift, you take your time. You don't cram them in the gears. You don't panic and get in a hurry. You don't do none of that stuff. So this shit is so crazy, man.
I've seen guys slide tandems. It's like, dude, really? You almost knocked him out the back of the trailer. Just doing everything like very hard. Just
Yeah.
little. I mean, just God, dude, you don't got to spin it. If they're not moving with you, spinning the tires. Quit. Try something else. Just the abuse
Right.
that people give on vehicles and or trucks.
Free says I haven't shifted a truck in 20 years. Can't let someone drive my truck. I lost my shit if they messed up my truck. Yeah, man. Let me see if I can pull this up. If you guys haven't seen it. I get the same guy that hits my freaking panel. Look at the private chat, bro. I get the
I don't
same
know how.
same. All right, well, I get the same idiot that gets on here saying the same dumb shit. That's why normally I just send the link to you guys on your text message.
Mm-hmm.
For you guys that haven't seen this, it's on my channel. Show this real quick. Let me get past the intro here and I'll show it to you guys. This is my Friday. Chilling, having a good time. This is my Friday. Day and night. Well, a hurricane went down. Hurricane went down. That's how it goes. So we got it over there, put it up on blocks. Let's show you what the damage is. Look at this shit quick. So the mechanic is gonna drain it, and let's see. Look at that coolant, guys. So much coolant that motherfucker vapor locked. Look at that coolant.
So blue head gasket.
700,000 mile engine coming or more with the APU. Drop the sleeves, something. Look at all that coolant, guys.
Something. But wouldn't the temperature gauge show? Was it very hot? Coolant.
Rebuild.
Damn.
So now I gotta decide: do I want to rebuild it or, let it go? But all that coolant, bro.
Yeah, I see it. Well, I'm trying to see it. I'm steering the truck too. So
yeah. What's on my channel? So you can go back and look at it. It's on my channel.
Go back and look. So
I didn't get home till 3:00 in the morning Saturday over that shit.
It's so that was coming out of like a hose, right? Not a radiator hose. It wasn't oil. It was coolant.
No, so bro, that was the oil pan. Like when you change the oil.
Goodness. Oh yeah, that's.
If you guys don't know, that's the oil pan.
Yeah.
The oil pan. I went over there. I said, pull the, drain the oil and let's see what it looks like. And because if you guys know this or don't know this, I'll let you know. If you get coolant in the oil, because when I put the dipstick, it's not milky, right? It's not milky.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know. But when you go and drain the oil, the coolant will come out before the oil.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys know that or not.
Yep.
Coolant comes out before the oil, as you saw on the video. And we know this, and that's why we did what we did to see what was going on. Now, if oil would have came out, it'd have been like, okay, we got something going on. But once I saw I asked him, I said, well, pop the hood, man. Is there coolant in the truck? And he pops the hood. Oh my gosh, the coolant's gone.
Mm-hmm.
But the hardest thing is trying to trouble. The problem is it's hard to troubleshoot, right? And this ain't this situation. It's all the way back from. Now I don't have a lot of situations. I don't want people to act like my shit's going down the road and I got to deal with breakdowns all the time because I don't. But it's like I get the same answers. Like my dude in the blue truck, right before I rebuilt it, clueless about everything, dumping the whole fire extinguisher on my truck. It's like, what are you doing, bro? Like the truck wasn't even on fire. Well, I didn't know. Like it gets you so mad, man. You just feel like just beating the shit out of somebody or something. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be that stupid with fucking 15 years. Super says, what up, SoCal? I didn't get a notification you was going live. Yeah, I know. My notifications, I don't know why, are not going out.
If the coolant got into the oil and it was still running, it's gonna wash the bearings and seize them. So that's bad. If it was still running when the coolant was in the oil and it started draining all that coolant down there, it's gonna wash the main bearings out and seize the bearings, and then that truck might need some work. A crank and everything.
Well,
it just matters how long it was before it quit running.
So I pulled the oil pan and look what's going on. The crank's good.
Yeah.
So
if it shut off because of the reservoir was empty and the low reservoir light came on, that's actually good that it shut off because of that.
Yeah. Ray says, I watched a guy back in the dock hit it so hard it broke the wall. Fuck. See what I'm talking about? Like I ride with guys too, training them, and it's the same thing. Like I believe in just touch the dock, wait for it. But no, I'm in the passenger side. The truck is jerking. 49 fucking pull-ups. Like when I was with my trainee guy, I drove, and when we went to LA. It's real tight in there. And my first shot, bro, I backed it up, put it right there on that dock, on that lane. I told him, I said, okay, bro. I said, get out and open up the doors. He get out and open up the doors. I said, you see where the trailer is at, right? Yeah, I see where the trailer is. I said, it's in the lane, right? Yep. Like first shot. Now, understand, I have not been doing no dry van as long as I've been doing trucking, right? I've only been doing dry van, what, 4 years or some shit like that? You know, being consistent 4 years. So if a motherfucker got 15 years, they should be able to show out and show me up. You know what I'm saying? It's not supposed to
Exactly.
be the other way around. What up, Phoenix?
Well, like the dude behind me right now from my company, we picked up at the same place, same weight. He's in a Peterbilt. Looks pretty good in the mirror because he's following me. Uh, I scaled my load, and it's heavy on the tandems. His tandems are all the way up, so I know he's over on his tandems. And he just pulled out. He never went and scaled it because he got on when I after I hit the scale because I left before him. So he's illegal right now because he probably doesn't give a shit. You know?
It gets this story gets worse. This story gets worse. This story gets worse. I'll tell you, man. Hang on. Phoenix says, wipe your feet off at the door, people. Yeah, make sure you guys do that, man. Hit that like button. What up, Mark? Some autos were. Yeah, I know that, man. But who's got? I mean, I ain't got no old ass autos. Good and bad and ugly. Yeah. Failed oil cooler, crack liner. Would be a head gasket in EGR cooler. Well, here's what I found out. 2 days ago, or 2 days prior to that situation, he said he saw a whole bunch of white smoke puff out on the truck. He said he pulled over, and it smelled like when it was doing a regen or something. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, when that white puff smoke came out, that's when it dropped the liner, or excuse me, dropped the sleeve. So I know for a fact it got drop sleeves. I don't know how many, and I can fix it, man. But like I said, man, for what?
It's
Right?
a nice truck though, dude. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you got
Either
almost
I might fix it and
half
sell
it.
it because this is way too much truck. Like I'm telling you, man, it's one thing to have a regular truck and they just don't know how to shift and go down the road. But when you have something nice like that one, you guys can think it's like a regular 579, but it's not. These hurricane trucks, man, they trick them the fuck out. Like you guys know,
Once you keep that one, it's yours.
because I drive the 589. Remember?
Yeah, that's true.
Excuse me, 389. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I got my blue 389, which that thing's been in the shop for like a month and a half. You know, so. But it's like it's just crazy, man. You know, it's just crazy. And yeah. So here's the craziest shit, right? The new guy I was training, um, he don't even know anything about logs, bro. Not ELDs, not paper, not nothing. I said, bro, so now I'm worried about log violations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because for the ELD to work, you got to at least sign into the bitch. You got to do a pre-trip on it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep. You got to
So I'm
certify your
like, bro.
logs too.
So I'm like, bro, the person you used to haul your loads with, like, how did you do it? Oh, they did it for me. I just signed it. What the fuck?
Yeah.
This guy's a nice ass guy, bro. Nice ass guy. But you're gonna let somebody make up some bullshit log. You're gonna sign it. So if something's fucked up, you get held responsible. So now that the hurricane's truck is down, this poor guy, the new guy, the second new guy, um, you know, I started training him, and I said I let him go by himself to Vegas once after I loaded it with him. And he just fell apart. I had to, man, listen, guys. Never mind. It's just crazy. It's crazy. My whole thing is this, right? This is, I think, this is what companies create. This guy don't know how to run a log because the company he worked for did the log for him. This is that bullshit the companies fucking create. I'm not gonna fucking make up your logbook, bro. You got to do your log, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do whatever I'm trying to do in my world, but instead I gotta do your logs. I gotta drive the truck for you. Like it's just crazy, man. Contemplate
If I
on
gotta
eating
do,
ultra
if I gotta do
Shivato.
your job, I really don't need you.
Yep. So okay,
So,
what if you buy a crate engine and put it in? Wouldn't that be faster? Here's the thing, Super. Here's the thing. The truck. So normally, if I do a rebuild, it's because I'm driving the truck, right? How many people know how to break in a new engine? How many of you guys know how to break in a new engine? It's easy to put one in, but how many
hmm
know how to properly break the engine in? I'm still breaking in the blue truck. I'm still breaking in that truck. I can't drive two trucks at the same time. I can't break them both in at the same time. And when I'm riding with people with in the blue truck, bro, you can't idle over 5 minutes. Shut the truck off, bro. You can't, throttle it the way you're throttling. Like, and here's the thing, right? What happens? They get irritated, like, fuck, man. But the reality is this. Reality is you got to break it in. That's the most sensitive part of that time of that engine. When is the engine going to be a piece of shit and you waste your fucking money, or is going to last a long time? Is how you break it in. What up, Terry? How you break it in. But goddamn, if people ain't watching the gauges and they don't know where the temperature gauge is, how you breaking it in? How you
yeah.
break it in? Like you're gonna run up a big ass hill loaded, pull up to the truck stop, shut it down right away. That thing cooking
Uh-uh.
on a brand new engine. So that's my other dilemma, bro. I'm trying to break this engine in. Like if motherfuckers want to just jump in trucks and just keep blowing my engines up, I mean, fuck it, right? If they don't give a fuck, why do I give a fuck? So Cal, that is what happens when we depend on other people. They don't care. It's not their equipment. Kenny's talking to Cap. Says, can you address a question? How did you lose so much fat in such a short period of time? Did you get a gastric? I did a whole video on that. Kenny's mommy. I did a whole video on that. You need to go watch. And then let me see. Terry, there's Terry. Okay, I understand it's hard to find good drivers and take care of your equipment. Well, that's the whole thing, right? Is like a lot of people go through that. This is even when Green Lantern comes up here and he's like, man, I got rid of all that shit, man. I just want to just drive for somebody. Like, I know what he's talking about. Some of you guys want to clown at somebody like, man, you had so many, not him, but like just people in general, right? Is you had so many trucks and all that, and then your company driver, like that's a failure situation. But the reality is, I feel like doing that sometimes, just because I want my peace, right? Now, it ain't a train wreck every day. I'm chilling, doing what I do. But the reason why I'm making this live stream is because I'm trying to tell you guys my story as I always do. And I'm just blown away that people these days that I see, they don't know how to shift. They overpromise and underdeliver. It sounds good as a motherfucker until you watch, till you see, till you ride along. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's just crazy. So so I'm at this point on the hurricane truck that I think that's just too much truck for a driver, you know. So it's too nice of a truck. It's sad as that shit sounds, you know. So I might just sell it. I don't know. I'm so much on the fence. It's either
Just
I'm gonna
gotta
sell it
fix it
as it is, I'll
or
fix it
fix
and
it and
sell
sell it,
it,
man. Yeah.
you know. But putting it back online is something that I mean, I might do, but I'm against the fence of really not doing that. I'd rather just go get a 2021 Cascadia and put them in that. If I do that, I might look at an automatic again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of mechanics don't tell people they have to break it in an engine. Oh, I know, Super. I had one of you guys one time hit my panel or whatever. He rebuilt an engine and within like, I don't know, 12,000, 15,000 miles, it blew up and he didn't understand what happened.
You gotta change that
And
oil quick too.
yep,
Yep.
yep. He didn't change the oil 1,000 miles. He didn't know. But this is the thing I'm trying to tell you guys, which is hard, right? Like, don't do stuff you're not familiar with because it costs money. It sounds easy to say, well, I got the money. I'll just go put it in the shop and rebuild the engine. That's cool. But the whole thing is, do you know how to break it in? Do you know how to take care of it? I mean, there's a lot to it. Jane said auto 18. Yeah, I mean, the 12 speeds are okay for what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like 18 speeds, it's for shit like what I do. Like I do oversized or overweight or whatever. Like I need the 18. You know what I mean? But for them running dry van, running to Vegas, like 18 is just it's a little much. You know what I mean? Automatic Cascade will save you money. Well, they all save money, man. They all get good fuel mileage, everything. But I just number one, I don't have a lot of confidence in Cummins, right? But this truck has 711,000 miles and it's had an APU its whole life, so the hours are really low. Now I don't know what the fuck happened.
But
Like I was trying to tell the driver.
we don't know how the driver how they drove it over there at Hurricane either. You know what I mean? How
Yeah,
they
but
drove it.
we've had the truck for fucking 4 years.
Yeah, that's true.
It ain't like we just bought it. We had it 4 years ago. And we had it, I think it had like 300 and some thousand on it or something, 400,000, I think. You know, but the reality is like I don't know what happened. You know, my guy was like, "Man, so you're blaming on driver error?" I said, "I wasn't there, bro. I don't know what happened."
Well, if you're pulling a
And you
hill and you
don't
don't downshift, I mean, and you got the cruise set and the thing's lugging down, and I mean, you got to drive the truck because it's not an auto shift. It's not going to downshift. You got to do it.
well, he was going down the hill on the last downhill coming in the state line. So,
Hmm.
but I'm not making this live stream just about the Hurricane truck. I'm just talking about in general trucking, like when you hire drivers, even my buddy with his company, you know, like he goes and hires, he puts people on and they're running into shit. He hired a cow hauler and he had to fire him because he kept running into shit. He crushed a car in Sacramento, turned into the car or some
Wow.
shit. And he lied and said da 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 whatever whatever whatever. And the crazy thing is they had a dash cam. He was terminated.
Mm.
This guy was a cow hauler with like 20 something years experience. Like this shit is crazy as hell. And the crazy thing too is the phone, right? The phone,
Yeah.
blasting the radio. Like that's a big deal. Yeah. My driver said he was on the phone going down the hill and he noticed the steering wheel got hard to turn. Right then there, the truck already shut off. It already vapor
Mm-hmm.
locked. So yeah, it needs a rebuild TBE. Absolutely does, but But him going down the hill and you know being busy being on the phone, um, and letting it just die out and do what it did. when And here's the craziest thing: I had to pay for a mobile mechanic to go out there because see, if it was me in that truck and that happened, I can hit that key and be like, "Damn, this motherfucker's locked up." Because you can tell when an engine's locked up. A car, a pickup, a diesel truck, it doesn't matter. It all makes the same noise. You put a key in and you hear the starter engage and go clunk every time we try to start it. You know it's locked up. But he didn't know it was locked up. So I had to pay a mobile mechanic to come out, pay him all that money to tell me it's locked up. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
You could have told me it was locked up. I could have saved the money on the mobile mechanic to come out, and we just called the tow truck.
It's gonna get hot before it stops. It's just friction, heat. It's gonna get going downhill. If it's in a gear and it stops running, it's still turning the gear. It's still moving. Otherwise, it's the motor's not moving, so something's got to stop it.
Yeah.
I think the heat did it.
Yeah.
Because it always gets hot before it stops.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I don't know if the ELD's lying or whatever, or went too quick or whatever before it shut down. ELD is only going to read when it's on, and I didn't see any codes of it overheating. So who knows?
Yeah. Or the antifreeze in there just washed the bearings until it stopped it. Because once there's no oil left on the bearing, it's going to lock up.
Yeah. The guy said they drained out 12 gallons of antifreeze out of the engine.
Jesus.
Like I said, the guy
up in the motor. Yeah.
Yep. Like I said, the guy who is selling the cheap 379 blew his engine within 1 month after rebuild. Yeah, he didn't break it in. Cummins getting a bad rep now. Yeah, man. I haven't had a lot of issues with Cascadias, but that's my experience. No, I don't have issues with Cascadias. That's a fact. Wow, 4 years, time flies. Yeah. Does it need a rebuild? Yep, it does. RPM's too high? I don't have no clue. I wasn't there. I mean, that's the thing. I'm not there, right? I'm not there. So,
The computer would see an over rev though. If you download the information in the computer, like the ECM, it'll show if it was over revved or EGTs and all that shit in download on the ECM.
Yeah.
So they might want.
I'm not gonna go through all that, bro. It's whatever, man. But the new guy I was trying to help, you know what I'm saying? Now I don't have a truck for him, and he's struggling. Hell of a nice guy, and it's my homeboy that's driving the Hurricane truck. So what do? Tell my homeboy, hey man, truck blew up that you're driving, so I'll hit you up when I get a replacement or something. Yeah. And then still have my new guy drive the blue Freightliner, or do I let my homeboy drive the blue Freightliner and tell the other guy, man, he's got to wait. See what I'm saying? I guess it's a fucked up predicament.
It's rough.
But obviously, I'm gonna look out for my homeboys first. So, but it's like, be nice if you were on the East Coast right here, around NC. I would take it immediately. But you're on the opposite side of America. We do have everything it takes to get it back in service, no problem. Shit, Pop Tart. I mean, shit, we got RGNs. You want to buy it? Shit. I'll give you a price on what it's going to take to take it over there to you. I'm paying attention to the sound of the engine. You get an oil sample when you bought it? No, I didn't. You guys know. So let me explain about oil samples, right? And hopefully this helps you out too, Freight. If you don't have a previous oil sample to compare it to, you don't know what's going on. My buddy one time, he bought a W900, a yellow one. Still has it today, right? He bought it from a dealer, and he did his first oil. He did a first oil sample after he bought it. There was a shitload of metal in there, all kinds of shit. It was worried him so bad he called the dealer. The dealer pulled up the record, says, "Oh man, because that's got a brand new engine and it's still in the break-in period." Well, goddamn, if it's in the break-in period, it's going to show a lot of metals. And then as he went on, he saw there was less and less and less, right? What up, TB? I'm going to put you on right now. You can leave the camera on or off, either way.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
All
So,
right.
so with these oil samples, like you got to have something to compare it to. You're always going to have metals in the oil because every time you run the truck, you know, you're putting miles on the truck, right? So if I buy a truck and do an oil sample, it's not going to tell me much except for if there's coolant in it, that'll tell me something. Or if there's fuel in it, that'll tell me something. But as far as metals, I mean, it's not going to tell me nothing unless I have other oil samples to compare it to. Now, if I continue to just do oil samples on my truck and they look all good and where it's that consistent with the metals and everything, the oil, and then the next time I go do it and there's a shitload of oils, that means something's failing. That's when the oil samples come in. But, you know, what you want to say, my dude? What you want to say? Speak your mind.
Remember when I told you about the black T680 that I had? I think it was a couple years ago. But last year I told you I had a bad rebuild, and I was going up through Chattanooga, and it was going into like a high RPM rev where the fan would cut on because it's getting hot because you're climbing the mountain. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to downshift, going to gear, but the fan kicked on in such a violent way where it wouldn't allow me to go to downshift. You know what I mean? So once I got into the gear, then I was almost at the top. If you knew about Chattanooga, there's a Flying J right at the top of the hill. You've known that you're done. As soon as you get to that Flying J, or it's a pilot, one or the two.
It's a pilot.
That
Yeah.
and that's where it cut off for me, right at that sign where it says where the exit sign is, and that's when the truck shut down. So I got out the truck, looked around, and I called a mechanic. So he was like, "No, I don't think it's your actuator," because I was having problems with my actuator. He said it might be locked up. Here's how you test it. Since you're going uphill, he said release your brakes, hold on to your clutch. And he said when you release that clutch, if that truck slams on, you know what I mean, the engine stops at dead nuts. He said your engine's locked up, and that's how I knew my engine was locked up.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
Mount Eagle. You
Oh,
were pulling. Yep.
yeah, no, that's absolutely what's going to happen.
Yeah,
And the
so
key is
that was the end of that truck right there.
the whole key is for me is I try to figure out why it did it, right?
Right.
So now I'm talking in general. We're not. This ain't about the hurricane
No,
truck video.
I know
like,
that. I'm just
over
saying
that,
there's a
yeah.
lot of different reasons it could happen. Some of it could be driver's error over RPMs too high, the amount of miles that is on the truck couldn't handle it, and you know what I mean. It could be a number of things. It could be something small that because we don't. When I was a company driver, we don't always tell the owner everything that's wrong with the truck, because the last thing we want to do is be sitting to the side not making any money. So there probably was a small issue with the truck. He probably never said anything about it.
Here's the craziest thing was, you know, in California we have to smog these trucks twice a year,
Right.
and it had a light on because the float on the coolant reservoir tank wasn't working right, and so I replaced the coolant tank, excuse me, the reservoir tank and the sensor and everything 3 days prior to this happening. You know, but I mean, and these Cummins, I'm gonna tell you this: these Cummins, they'll drop asleep for no reason. Cummins are
Yeah.
known for that shit.
Yeah, because I
You can
had
have four,
coolant in my fuel. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different problem. But
That's
Yeah.
injector cup there. Yep.
No, that it was
yeah.
actually cylinder number 5. It turned out to be when I had
Oh,
my rebuild done.
no, but here's what happened. I'm gonna tell you what happened. TBE.
But
When you did the rebuild, they didn't do you didn't replace the injector cups. The injector
Yep.
cup was no good, and it ran fuel and the coolant and everything else, and washed out your piston.
okay, that makes sense because I
Yeah,
ended up I had a brand new head, so he didn't even. I don't, I wasn't there when he did the rebuild, so I don't know what he inspected, what he didn't. But I knew I didn't have that issue anymore once I replaced the head on it. So yeah, you might be right about that.
yeah.
Yeah. But Cummins is
But
just they were. I just think they're an easier engine to fix, but it's just so much can go wrong at the
I
same
think a
time.
DD I think a DD15 is the easiest to fix.
You think that's easy? Because I did my own injectors in that Cummins. I looked
Yeah,
right on YouTube. Graduated from YouTube school, replacing injectors. I did my own injectors. That's how easy it was.
yeah. Pop
The
tarts is I
fuel
can get you.
lines, the supply lines, all that. I redid all that myself because all that shit was
Yeah,
loose after his rebuild for some reason. I went back. Something just told me to go behind him and just start tweaking on shit and just checking it. And one mechanic I have is like, take injector number 1 off. He took the one off, the fuel line, supply line for it. I mean, he said all that stuff was loose. It was all loose. So he said I could pay him 6,000 to do it, or figure out how to do it myself. He said it's easy, and I did it myself.
it's so crazy, man. Pop tarts is I can get you a used pulled engine SoCal. Here's the thing, though. Look, I'm not doing any of that. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna just rebuild the damn thing, right? I'll just rebuild
Right,
it. But the
right.
problem I'm having is I'm trying to break in a truck already with a rebuilt engine. And these guys do not know how to break in these rebuilds. So I gotta ride along with them or do it I have to ride along with them because they want to get paid. They don't want to not work, while the truck's getting broken in, you know what I mean? So now
Right.
I gotta be there, pay them, plus I gotta spend time to be there. And I
It
can't
might
do
be
two
too like
trucks at the same time.
it might be too much truck for him, bro. It might just be too
Yeah.
much truck,
The Hurricane
too
truck
much.
is just, yeah, most likely I'm gonna sell it. So if somebody hits me up and they say, "Man, I want that badass 2019," because I mean the whole truck's got low miles on it. You know what I mean? So and a 579 like that with an 18 speed and all that shit, man, those trucks are hard to find.
What is he pulling with that?
Um, Currently at that time we were doing a drive-in going up to Vegas.
Yeah, I would put his ass in a freight liner for that. Yeah,
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Knowing how Cummins is, I can't say it's his fault.
right.
You know what I mean? One thing I'm never gonna do is blame somebody unless I have proof right in front of my face.
If you got
An
proof that
engine.
it didn't overheat or anything like that first.
Yeah. The ELD will tell you codes on the engine, and no, it didn't overheat.
Oh yeah, it might have been just some mileage, high mileage,
It's not even
in a
high
bad
mileage. But see,
situation.
but
Yeah,
Cummins, but this is the shit I speak on with Cummins though, right? This is
right.
what fucking blows me away with Cummins. Cummins are known to drop sleeves. These Cummins could have 400,000 miles and they'll drop a sleeve. Cummins is known for that shit. I don't know if you guys know that. Cummins is known for that. So Terry Cabover says, "Happy New Year, DJ. You still block? LOL." I don't even know what you're talking about. I'd never blocked DJ. If engine's locked and didn't lock up drives, it took clutch as well, I think. Nah, I didn't take the clutch. Pretty much 2.4 is when you're loaded going down the hill and the engine decides to go out on its own, not driver error, but it decides to do that. The dangerous thing about that is when it's trying to shut down, seize up, or whatever, you got all that load pushing and forcing that engine, and it could bend push rods, like it can do more engine damage than if you were in a straightaway and it fucking
Yeah,
locked up.
you got to get it out of gear when something like that happens, so it's not turning the motor. Yeah.
Yeah, he should have got it out of gear. And again, I wasn't there, right?
Yep.
And he said he was on the phone and he noticed the steering wheel was hard. So I don't know how it got handled after that. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, the small issues will add up to cost you time. Yeah. Phone acting up. No, you're all good, TBE. Is that just X15 Cummins with that issue? Um, I've seen X15. I mean, so X15s are way more common on that than ISX, but I've seen IXS do the same thing. You know, the same thing. Like when I say 400,000 miles, because we rebuilt them on 400,000 miles. So I know this shit. It ain't that I read it in a book or watched a YouTube video. But let me put us like this. Like that. Nope. Hang on, let me fix this. There we go. So so yeah. I don't know what happened, but what I do know is um the only one that I know that has enough experience to break into engines is me, and I don't have time to break in 2 engines, so knowing that, I'm probably gonna just sell the Hurricane truck because yeah. One thing you guys
Boy,
don't wanna do is spend huh?
you should have the Freightliner broke in by the time they get done rebuilding the Hurricanes, right?
No, no, because I mean, my first oil change at 1,000 miles, but I wanna put at least 5,000 miles on it on break-in,
Yeah.
maybe 10. So, to make sure everything's everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, we'll see. Either it'll just sit there forever, or someone comes up and says, "Man, I'm looking for one of these 19s because you can't find them with 18 speed, and I do heavy haul or whatever." And I'll give them a smoking price and you can take it, you know? I don't know. I'm just up in the air with it, but, um, the one thing I get out on all drivers, no matter 1 year experience or a gazillion years, is I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. And when you're trying to troubleshoot something, and I'm again, this ain't about the Hurricane truck. This is just in general, right? When you have a breakdown or something happens, right? Because think about it. People that watch social media, what do they say? I'm just here for the paycheck.
Yep.
People they buy trucks when they're not ready to buy a truck. When people drive for somebody, all they're doing is just getting a check and drive. They don't care about the truck. They don't want to learn nothing about it or nothing. They just want to go down the road and that's it. You know? So I'm just tired of hearing the same fucking answers from everybody. I don't know what happened. Like it's my money that goes out, but I don't know what happened. Well, I can tell you one thing. If it's their money they're spending, I bet you they'd fucking find out what the fuck happened. These late model trucks will tell the driver to shut down the engine, at the check engine stop, engine warning, dash lights, but our brand spanking new trucks will derate the engine too. I know Pop Tart, but according to the codes on the ELD, none of that happened. According to the driver, no lights came on. No shutdown, no nothing. You know what I mean? And if it dropped a sleeve, the truck, I don't think is going to throw a check engine light on dropping a sleeve. I don't think it knows. What's my son sending me? So yeah, man. So I mean, that's how it goes. I had what truck was I in? The blue 386, the one that's a SoCal truck in the picture. No, yeah, that one. I think it was that one. I remember I was doing a commercial, and we're sitting. That's when me and Freud did that one commercial. I started up, poof, white smoke came out right then there, dropped the sleeve, and I wasn't even driving. Finished the commercial. This was in a cat.
Yeah.
Finished the commercial, sent it to the shop, drop sleeve. And we weren't even driving. The truck wasn't even hot. You know, that's the danger of these engines is they can drop a sleeve when they fucking feel like it. And that one got rebuilt. I've had better luck with Detroit's and Cummins. Last Cummins I had hydrolocked at 413,000 miles. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. You know, that's why I've been switching over to the DD15s and the Freightliners, man. But I want to switch back to old ass trucks. I'm just waiting. Our governor's still being a pile of shit on everything he fucking does. You know, you guys are lucky, man, because you guys are in these states where you guys can have older trucks. And I don't know where in the fuck it is you guys think that having an older truck is a bad situation. Now, I'm not saying older truck is the mechanical engines because I don't want 3-4 miles a gallon. But, you know, 2007 is nice and comfortable, 2006, 2002, 2004. Like, those are some good ass years. 98s, good ass years, man. I wish I was in a state where I can run those kind of years. I don't want this new shit. Do not want them. And the engines are designed to stop so they don't blow it up. That's a driver that didn't care. That driver just kept driving the truck. I agree on a lot of things, but a drop sleeve, you know, they just drop. Like, I don't want to say a drop sleeve is a driver error. You know, I haven't did any research, but dropping sleeves, and I know it's dropped a sleeve. I mean, I see all that coolant. You know, you can tell lots of times if you just blow a head gasket because it'll bubble between the block and the head. Of course, I haven't started it, you know, to see if it did that. Don't know if I did it, you know, previously. Don't know none of that. But here's the thing: drivers in general, they don't know what to check for, like what we know what to check for. I knew this shit. Look, guys, when I started, um, I told you guys my story. I'm gonna bore you with the shit, but when I drove company, you know, I knew all this stuff already. But of course, I had my dad to teach me. I've been around trucks. My friends had trucks that are way older than me. Like I just been around trucks. I've been around shops, diesel mechanic shops. I've been around all that. I asked questions. I wanted to know. My mindset is this: if I go to do something, I want to learn all about it. All about it. I remember when I was a supervisor at a ready mix plant and stuff like that. I learned how to dispatch the trucks. I learned how to batch. I learned how to work on the plant. I didn't have to learn how to work on the plant. I learned how to run skip loaders and bobcats, all that shit. You know, I learned how to, know what's the right slump in the concrete, learned about the mixers. I learned everything I could about the whole field. But the reality is I didn't have to know none of that shit. Because the other ones, they just sit at the office with their feet up in there and that was it. But my mindset is I want to learn everything. Because if somebody calls in sick, I can jump in and do that position. So I wanted to learn everything. Drivers today, they don't want to learn everything. And just like I'm told by everybody that drives for me, I'm not a mechanic. I'm not sure what's going on and whatever, but you know, I'm not a mechanic. I'm not no fucking mechanic either. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a mechanic either. Like there ain't no grease under my nails. But I learned that I gotta know what's going on. You gotta know what's going on in your business, guys. And so many people buy trucks, get into business, and they're clueless, and then they want to blame everybody else. They want to blame the mechanics. Well, hang on. You hired the mechanic. Why didn't you interview the mechanic before you hired him? You hired the mechanic. Well, these stupid ass brokers. You chose to use the brokers.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So the reality is, if you chose the mechanic, you chose the broker, you chose everything you chose to buy that truck, you chose this, you chose that. Everything was on your decisions, but none of it's your fault. It's everybody else that sucks. Is there something wrong with that picture? I mean, just let me know. Something wrong with that picture? You, as a business owner, chose that mechanic that's fucked up. You, as a business owner, chose that fucked up junky truck that's fucking going to keep you in the shop. You, as a business owner, chose to use that brokerage that's not going to pay you. Like, everything's your choice. Well, god dang. In my world, my belief, if you're making the damn decisions, that means it all starts with you. That means since you're making decisions, it's all your fault. But that's society that we're in today. It's everybody else's fault. I'm at the point, man, where I might just sell everything, just fucking retire out and just be ghost, man. Just go enjoy doing what I want to go do. There's new trucks are electronically controlled, and they will let them know to shut down the engine. They will, but not when you drop a sleeve. Not when you drop a sleeve. No, when it drops a sleeve, it ain't gonna tell you. Problem is when the lights come on, it's probably too late. Some engines just gave up. What up, TJ? Oni says having a fleet doesn't sound easy. Look, here's what I noticed. Every year it's harder. Every year it's harder. I mean, I just want you guys to think about that. Look at the truck drivers 20 years ago. Like, even my dad, before he became an owner operator, he knew shit. He knew shit. You know what I mean? He knew all this stuff. And then he bought a truck. But he knew all that stuff. People around me, they know stuff. But the drivers today, it's like every year, not all the drivers, right? Not all of them, but it's like every year they feel they're less accountable and less knowledgeable on what's going on in the business or their truck. And you know what? Manufacturers know all that. That's why you got all these idiot lights that turn on the truck. That's why you got all that's going to shut down the truck. That's why you got all that stuff, because they know drivers ain't going to know to do it. They ain't my opinion. They're building the trucks dumb-proof to protect the company. I mean, think about it. They couldn't trust us to do paper logs, right? Now we got to do ELD, right?
Most of these drivers never even open their hood. Hell, they probably never open the hood on their own cars.
If the engine dropped a sleeve, it will shut down the engine. Yes, sir. Not always, Pop-Tart.
James
Not
Best truck
always.
still runs.
Yeah, not always. The only time if you drop a sleeve, it's going to shut down if it vapor locks. And what a vapor lock is, there's too much shit in the engine for it to move. And that's what that means, right? Because When you put hot ass oil and you put coolant in there, it creates steam. It creates all that crazy stuff. It vapor locks, and that shuts it down as the vapor lock. Or you go down a hill and it's fucked up, and the load just forces it down the hill, and it's trying to turn off, and when it turns off, right, but you're still going down the hill and you don't got the clutch in, and you keep the clutch out, everything's out of sync, and it just starts bending shit up and fucks shit up because the computer's not telling it nothing because it's not turned on. So, but yeah, you'll see trucks with drop sleeves and they still run. Like he said, James. I didn't know if his ran or not, but James' best truck ran. When I
just
dropped that
uses
sleeve I
water.
told you about on that commercial, it ran. I drove it home, drove it to the mechanic, it ran fine. You know, the only difference is you have less power and you're dumping coolant in it. Slumps messed me up trying to go by the ear and have soup concrete. Yeah, I mean, you can go by the ear a little bit, but again, it depends on what mix, right? Like if you got an inch and a half rock in there, it's kind of noisy and it stays kind of noisy. 3/8 rock, it's always going to be a little quieter. How many miles on truck? 711,000 miles. Accountability. Exactly. Yep. Exactly. What up, Jeremy? I ran one truck operation. It was stressful enough. Can't imagine a fleet. I'm not that guy. Yeah. It's like when you want stuff done, the trucks are in the shop. Like my 389, the blue one. It's been in the shop for a fucking month and a half. I need that truck right now. It's in the shop. Been in there for a month and a half. Go to another shop. Well, look, guys, when all these shops are all fucking filled up, I mean, what do you do? Like, if you got a shop that's not busy, I'm scared of that shop because people are dodging that thing like the plague for a reason. And I don't want my shit to come out and I'm all fucked up either. So, let me see something here. But yeah, bro, it's like, like I said, man, having multiple trucks is cool, man. Like you make good money, it's cool, it's all that. But look, I know you guys don't believe it, but to me, there's more important things than money, and that's my peace, and that's my freedom to do what I want to do when I feel like it. Like Friday, when I wanted to go uh, rescue the load and all that shit and be home 3 a.m. on Saturday, it's not what I wanted to do. Not what I wanted to do. Now, I could have sent the new driver with that blue truck, but again, do I want him fucking up that truck? You know what I'm saying? Still trying to break the engine in, so I'm gonna keep my hand in that truck until it's ready. So let me see something here. I'm gonna play something real quick. Goddamn. So I want to show you guys something. So here is this Cummins on the 389. It went out around the same mileage. That's the Blue 389. This video is on my channel, but I know you guys don't watch it, so. There it is. You recognize that truck quick? That's them cutting the block in the Blue 389. On the new heads. Look at that.
Come on, motherfucker, go.
Who wants to spend some money on an engine? Put one in the chat. That's just those parts. You know, I don't understand. Nobody puts nothing on the glass. Even though I don't believe in that shit. I show you guys this shit. You guys just don't watch it. It's on the channel. That's the blue. Let me show this one. I know only members can see this one, but I'm gonna show it to you a little bit of it. Where is it? Where did I put that motherfucker at?
Exit right.
The crazy thing is, I can't find stuff I want to find. Oh man, let me see. How long ago did I put that video out? Here it is. Let me show you this one. So this is members only, but I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek. Maybe one day I'll unlock it. I don't know, but so here's the blue Freightliner rebuild. 1,100,000 and whatever that shit says. Skated with a DD15. Here is the miles. A lot of people that watch me. Here they are, decking the block. To the channel. Here's the break-in. This is what you're supposed to do, guys. Teaching them. If you're here it is. Here we are. That's the DD15 rebuilt in the blue Freightliner. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I don't rebuild engines or whatever, but I mean, fuck, man. Peace and time. Exactly. Thanks for the warning. Seems like it might be a good idea to get some kind of diesel trade experience beforehand. But at this point, it might be better to just work on. I mean, just you know, when you have a mechanic, just watch what he's doing. You know what I mean?
Ask
If
questions.
you guys order trucks out, what would you buy? I told you guys what I'd buy. I'd buy some like between a 98 and 2006. You know, Peterbilt, Kenworth, Freightliner, anything. So I'm just staying company. Yeah, but you guys are having. I mean, being company though, like you guys are going through a lot of crazy shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to find good companies. Like the new guy that I was putting on, he's company, right? And he's went through so many companies where they don't pay him. They're talking about, you know, they short his check, talking about they'll pay him later. Like you can't raise a family on. I think I might get paid on fucking Friday. I think I can get paid, like, and then you think you're getting paid and you don't get all your money. Like, so it's hard to be company. And in today's market being company, now you got the cameras looking at you. You can't talk on the phone, which I think you can be able to do that with the headset. You know, probably can't drink a drink, you know, with the cameras looking at you. If someone pulls out in front of you and you brake a little hard, now you gotta go to a safety fucking meeting and shit because it showed you broke hard on the truck. Like, there's just a lot of BS to be company at a lot of places. You know, today's trucking, you know, they want to get it to where we don't like doing trucking. They want that, you know, self-driving shit. You show it and they still don't believe you. I know, man. They show it and I know. 80 ADHD Bro says we run older trucks, but there's so many issues. One thing that's impossible to track down are some electrical failures. Also, MPG isn't so good. We all heavy flatbed. The 379 will be my third truck. We'll build it 34.6C. There you go. What up, Rockmore? Appreciate that. This is great content. YouTube don't think it's great content because they don't ever want to send out my fucking alerts. Peterbilts are nice. We run Freightliners, FLDs. No good. So many issues. Motor is great though. 12.7 Detroit with big. There's nothing wrong with the FLD, man. I don't give. I'm telling you, man. Look, a truck is to make money, right? Now my 389, that's just a toy. Because I don't really drive. You know what I mean? So my 389 is just a toy. So it being in there for the month and a half, normally I don't give a fuck. But you know, when I got one engine getting fucked up, and then as soon as it comes out, another one gets fucked up, like, whoa, hold up, we got to pump the brakes here. Because how much money do you guys want to spend to you guys? Let me ask you guys this: how much money do you guys want to spend until you have to pump the brakes? Like that 579, that 2019 that I have, the Hurricane truck, right? Running with those low miles and all that, it's worth like probably at least 70 grand. You paid 115 for it 4 years ago. It's probably worth like 70 grand right now. Yeah, you can buy some 19s with pack cars or an automatics or 10 speeds and all that for way cheaper. But when you're doing 18 speeds and heavy 600 horse drive lines and stuff, you have to pay for that. That's not cheap on a truck. It's got an APU. I saw an APU selling by itself for $5,200. You know, by itself, just sitting there. And you know, so this thing, it's got the APU, it's got everything, you know. And so if I sell it, what's the price I'm selling it for? Probably 25 grand. 25 grand. So I could have sold it for 70, you know, snap of a finger. But now the shit's fucked up. I don't know whose fault it is, if it's the truck's fault, the driver's fault, the weather's fault. Who the fuck knows what fault it is? But it don't matter. But what does matter is I'll sell it like that and I'm gonna lose $50,000 on a sale because of something I didn't do. Right? Or I can spend the money in it, you know. But then here's what we do, right? It's got a brand new engine in it. I sell it to somebody. They don't know how to break it in, right? 10,000 miles, they blow it up. They come back to me. You gave me a piece of shit. You see what I'm saying, Quick? Like, you just can't win with this shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, people do not know how to do break-ins.
I think if you rebuild it, you should just keep it. But if you want to sell it, it's got
Keep
an
it for
in-frame.
what,
Here's the
though?
paperwork. Yeah, I'm just saying. But okay, buy it as is, or it's at a fresh in-frame. Here's all the paperwork on it. There you go. What blew up? Well, it's under warranty from the parts. So call these people. They did it.
Right. But here's the thing, though, right? If you don't break it in properly, which they know, right? They
Yeah.
can tell. The oil will tell you. Everything will tell you. If you don't break it in right, they don't take care of fucking the warranty.
Well, I guess you
It
got to
won't be
keep
under
it to break
warranty.
it in, and then sell it.
But bro, like, I'm too busy for this shit, bro. Like, I'm trying to do my own shit, you know? Like, I get all that, but I'm not trying to sit here and drive trucks and fucking break engines in. Like, that's not my goal here, you know, for this year. So, and if I decide to do a rebuild, I'd rather rebuild a DD15. Because a DD15, man, like, once it's broke in, it'll do a fucking million miles. A Cummins, you can rebuild the motherfucker, bro. Like, you just don't know, man. You can rebuild a Cummins and it could fuck up at 300,000 miles. It can fuck up at 200,000 miles. It can fuck up at 400,000 miles. But the Cummins, you just don't know how much time you have. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's just where I'm at with that shit. The shit. He says so. The shit hawk of James Best truck rebuild would only cost 14,000 roughly.
That's the parts.
I mean, I don't know, TJ. I don't know, bro. I don't know because I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Or is there more involved in his rebuild? I don't know about his rebuild and $14,000. I have no clue. I have no clue. But you know, I mean, we can look up. Let me see something.
While you're looking that up, I got a question. Can a pre-emission truck pulling a step deck come into California, pick up a bus, and head back east?
Yes.
Okay. He can just come in and come out. He just can't hang out.
Right.
All right.
But you got to make sure that it's smogged. That's the California thing now. But for as far as I know, DOT is not asking for smog certificates. But
Okay.
if CARB pulls you in, they're going to make sure you're smogged up. Or if you come into California, you got to be with CARB. You got to go online and sign up with CARB.
So even a 04 Peterbilt with a cat motor, I mean, it's how does that even?
Everybody's got to be signed up with CARB to come into California. Look, here's the thing, though, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you the right thing, the rules. But do people just come in and say fuck it? Of course they do. They do it all the time. I see people all the time with old ass trucks. They don't even know what the fuck CARB is. It's cool while it's cool, and it's not when it's not.
What's the easiest way in and out? 40 or 10?
Definitely not 10 because you got that fucked up scale.
Well, there's a lot of California on 40, so yeah, so there's really no easy way in and out to be able to get away with sneaking in and sneaking back out of here.
Well, we have a banning scale, so you can stay on the 10 and then go up, and skip banning. Go up into Nevada and then come back down.
Yeah, but for where everything's at, it'd be easier on 40.
Let's see something here. Okay. So here, let me show you guys something. A head is the cheapest one I found. A head for an ISX is almost with tax, it'll be $4,000. Just a head. Now this ain't OEM head, but this is just a head. And someone told me that on these Cummins that instead of sending your head in, getting your head done, they said to get a brand new head. So I don't know.
Yeah, exchange it.
Here's a head, 7,700. Here's a head that's 42. This is more than head. So all the shit that comes with the head. I mean, it depends on and what brand do you want to use on a rebuild kit? Like it's just all different. So Rainey's, they sell a head too, $7,642 just for the head. Just for the head. So the kits. This kit is $13,000 just the kit. And this kit comes with the head. It looks like it comes with everything. And then right here, you got to put in your main bearing sizes, your engine serial numbers, your rod bearing size. All that shit's all on the bottom. And then turbo conversion, if you want to do it, that's $2,100, whatever. So I don't know what James Best is doing or whatever on his overhaul. But here's another one. So this one is $15,000. Yeah, $15,000. Just parts. Then you got labor. So labor, depending on who you go to and all that kind of stuff, but average labor to do a rebuild, average labor is about $5,000. Some people charge $8,000 to do it. And then you got to deck the block. Don't forget. So you spent $15,000 on the rebuild kit, right? Because you notice all those rebuild kits I was showing you, the head's there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You say on these Cummins, don't redo your head. Buy a brand new head.
Is it loaded with a cam? Because the one we got from a Caterpillar was a brand new head because the other head was cracked, and it came loaded with a new cam and everything.
Yeah. Well, Cats have the cams in the head. Cummins, they don't have it in the head.
Yeah. It was $19,000 to rebuild that motor.
I mean that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
The only one I know that have the cams in the head is Cats.
All the parts came to 19. We did it ourselves, and it still runs.
Yeah. Where am I on this shit? Let's see. How long is the break-in process on that engine? So here's the thing, right? One thing I learned is everybody drives different, everybody does different, right? And so I want to bulletproof my break-in. So they'll just tell you, hey, break-in is 1,000 miles, but the reality is not. So my opinion, and here we go for all you mechanics, because everybody's going to say something different because it's their opinion. My opinion, a break-in is 10,000 miles. So they say dumped oil on 1,000 miles, and then you're good to go. But I'm not doing it like that. So my first oil change on that blue truck, I'm gonna do it probably Tuesday. Dump that out, and then I'm gonna run it 5,000 miles. I'm gonna dump it again. And as I change the oil, you guys are talking about oil samples, but you can tell a lot in the oil, right? So as I change the oil is going to let me know when I can start, changing it on a regular, right? Because every rebuild, every engine, everything's got its own personality and what it wants to do. So when you're spending that kind of money, man, you don't want to fuck it up. At what mileage is a rebuild broke in? Well, that's so for me, bro. Again, I just said it. For me, it's 10,000 miles. But even at 10,000 miles, the engine truly is not really broken in. But to be on the safe thing where I ain't got to worry about it as far as they turn it off, hotter or they don't follow procedures. After 10,000 miles, I'm okay with it. They can't hurt it if that makes sense. But you're still gonna see heavy metals and shavings and stuff in the oil past the 10,000 mark. Absolutely. So new Cummins engines are shit. I mean, I'm not saying they're shit. They do their thing, but ISXs and X15s, man, you just never know when they're gonna die. On a Cummins after a rebuild, you have to avoid heavy loads and high RPMs and gradually increase the loads, and you have to swap the oil a bit. That's what I'm trying. I mean, that's like that on the DD15 too, and that's the problem with these guys not knowing how to shift. When they're trying to get in the gear, what they do, they're revving my RPMs up, ring. Like, bro, you're killing this rebuild. Like, stop. But see, they don't understand. They look at you like you're just being an asshole, right? But the reality is, that's my money that I spent on this engine. And if it fucks up, I'm gonna get the same answers. Like, I don't know what happened. Oh, the mechanic didn't do the rebuild right. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, man, it's that constant revving the first 1,000 miles when I'm trying to break it in. Breaking in your rebuild is not for the regular basic people or newbies and steering wheel holders. They don't understand anything but being babysat. Yeah. Right on, probably more involved. I hope he is able to get in back on the road. Yeah, he will. Cali scales are closed weekends in my experience. So there you go. Closed on the weekends. They're quick.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard you can only go with a new head on ISX. Yeah, Josh, that's what I was saying. Got to do a new head on it. I was gonna say 15,000 miles. I would do that. How the MX-13 heard they're good on fuel with 13 liter. Yeah, I mean they're good on fuel. You know, they're good on fuel. But yeah, man, like I don't know, man. I'll probably just we'll see how it goes. I'll put over sale for 25 grand and see if anybody bites. It's a badass truck for somebody who wants to be an owner operator, but you know, I wouldn't buy it to be a driver truck. It's just too much truck for a driver, man. It's just too damn nice. Too damn nice. And Freightliner are cheap as shit right now.
Oh yeah.
People buy a brand new Mustang V8 and spin the tires when they leave the dealer. No break-in process. Here's the thing you guys don't know about. Okay, let me explain something, right? Because it was brought to my attention. One of my guys like, well, when you go get a brand new truck, you don't got to worry about break-in. So here's what you guys don't probably understand. Before they put an engine in a vehicle. Now, I know it's a fact on cars and pickups. So I'm going to go ahead and assume, which is bad to do, that it's the same on semi-trucks, right? So, yeah, it's a manual transmission. It's 18-speed. Yeah, if anybody wants the truck, if someone shoots me 25K, they can have it. You know, it's a beautiful truck. Matter of fact, the funniest thing is I just got it washed and polished. Just got it polished. Let me show a little clip of something real quick. So before they put an engine in a vehicle, right? They do a minor break-in. You guys notice if you go buy, you guys bought brand new cars, pickups, and semi trucks, they don't tell you the rules about breaking it in and all that kind of stuff because they already broke it in before they even put it in the vehicle. Did you guys know that? Shit is already broken. So, because here's the thing, I'm not sure how they build these engines, but they go through assembly line, right? And some of those engines they blow up before they even go in the car. You know, they're breaking them in, and the oil pressure ain't good or something ain't good, and so they never make it. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. Is it this video? Trying to get on my videos, man. These goddamn commercials fucking YouTube puts in this shit. Nope, it's not that one. What video is that? Let me see here. Maybe I didn't put it on here. I'm gonna upload it real quick. I guess I didn't put it on here. I'll show you something. Hang on a second. So quick.
Mm,
Think about
I
that.
can't stay. I can't stare at nothing too hard, dude. I'm driving the
No,
truck.
no. You're not staring nothing. Your opinion.
Okay.
Yeah,
About
your
selling the
opinion.
truck
Think
for
about
25 grand?
no, not that. Think about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about, no matter who it is, 1 year experience, 10 years experience, no matter who it is, right? You talk to somebody about something, all you hear is, "Oh, I didn't know," or "I don't know," or, I mean, what would you do? Would you lose your shit?
Me? And I was paying for everything? Yeah, I probably would. Yeah. I would probably lose my shit. Because if you've been doing this shit for 10 years and don't know, then what have you been doing for 10 years?
Yeah.
Feel, smell, sounds. The truck will talk to you. This truck shouldn't shake going down the road. Shouldn't smell shit burning. Shouldn't hear shit making weird fucking noises. And if it does and it didn't do it before, there's something wrong. Well, I gotta get this load delivered. Well, you ain't gonna get nothing delivered if the truck blows the fuck up.
All right, here it is. I made an intro, but I haven't uploaded on my channel yet, so I'm gonna upload it real quick. But no, think about that shit though, man. Like, when is enough enough? Like, how many guys are fleet owners and you're like, fuck this shit, man. I just want to just do my own thing. How many guys have done that already? And California makes it harder, right? Because we got to deal with all this new shit, and it's just in California, everything's just harder, man. And I'm probably just talking shit because I'm fucking frustrated. Because here's the thing, here's what people say: "Hey, SoCal, all you gotta do is go find a driver that that's extremely knowledgeable." Well, those are the ones that turn into owner operators. You know what I mean? Those are the ones that really turns into owner operators. Believe it or not. But let's look at owner operators of today.
They don't know
The
any better either.
The owner operators of today, who are they? Think about it. Look at the owner
Exactly.
operators today and look at the owner operators 30 years ago. You tell me.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't know. Well, you're an owner operator, you should know.
they use owner operator so loosely that a lease guy that don't know how to do IFTA, don't know how to do none of that shit, he
Never
calls
opens
himself
his
owner
door.
operator.
Never does a pre-trip to see when shit's fucked up.
But think about drivers 20 years ago to today. Let me ask you this question. How many guys, put in the chat how long you guys been in trucking? Let me see where we're at. How many years have you guys been in trucking? There's no right and wrong answer. There's nothing embarrassing. It doesn't even matter if it's a year. But let's see who's watching. How many years have you guys been involved in trucking? Put it in the chat for me, please.
I'm double OG. Just, I think everybody knows that.
No, tell them. You tell them quick. How many years you been in trucking?
Going on 29 years.
Damn.
That's a long fucking time.
Damn.
Yeah. Outtruck me, motherfucker. Almost 3 million miles. Let's go. And I don't truck hard. Don't have to. Used to could. I don't really truck that hard anymore. I just ride around.
So quick, Josh, DJ, Bolin, Terry. Look, they all got 20, 19, 28, 35. So let me ask you guys something. Quick, you two, you're involved.
Yes.
Let me 2 forces, 30 plus years. Man, I feel first of all, I'm impressed that I have people that's been in trucking such a long time watching my channel. I want to say I appreciate that, right? So here's my thing for you guys, right? Wicked says 2014, Big says 7 years. All you guys that just put a number in the chat. Do you guys see the difference in owner operators today that you see at truck stops compared to when you guys first started in trucking? DJ's 35 years ago, Terry's 28 years ago, 2-4 is 30 years ago, Quick 29 years ago, Josh 19 years ago. Do you guys see a difference when you guys started of truck drivers in their knowledge and owner operators and who they were as an owner operator when you started compared to 2026? Do you guys see a difference? Section 8 says 13 years. You too, Section 8.
Yeah.
If you guys see a difference, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't see zero difference and it's the same shit, put a 2.
Terry can truck hard too. I ran with Terry, and she does pre-trip. She opens the hood. I mean, she's a truck driver, you know, but she doesn't have
I'm talking
problems
about
with a truck
knowledge.
either. Yeah.
I'm talking about knowledge. I'm not talking about, I mean, they can all drive a truck and go down the road pretty much, especially with these automatics, right? Pony's got 11 years. But my whole thing is when you guys started, because I know it was harder for you guys to get into the driver's seat back then compared to today, right? But from back then, trucking in general, let's say trucking in general, getting a trucking job, seeing what a real owner operator is, company drivers, trainers, everything in trucking. Was it different when you guys started compared to 2026, 2025? If it was way different, put a 1 in the chat. See, that's the shit that I'm going through, right? That's the shit I'm going through. It's because every year I see trucking water down. Every year they make it easier for somebody to get a commercial license. Every year they make it to where the truck will drive itself more than the driver can drive it. Every year they make it that the truck's gonna be more what do you call it? Be more accountable of what happens to it than the driver. Every
Yeah.
year.
It'll stop.
Go get a
itself.
brand new Volvo. You want to talk about a shit show? Go get a brand new. Quick, you're in a brand new Volvo, right?
A 22, but not the new one, because I'm not gonna
Okay.
get a new one.
The
There's too many fucking issues. Yeah.
Yeah, the brand new Volvo. That motherfucker, man. And look, SoCal, I love technology. Okay,
That's
but
too
god
much.
dang, the smarter the truck is, the dumber the mechanic is. Think about that. The smarter the truck is, when you get a truck that's outsmarting a mechanic, we got problems.
There's
got
so
problems.
much. There's so much electronics in that new Volvo. They can't fix it. It's smarter than the fucking mechanics. They can't figure
Isn't
out
that
what the
I
fuck's
just
wrong
said?
with them.
The truck's
Exactly.
smarter than the mechanics.
It's
When
dumb.
the truck is smarter
it's-
than the mechanic, there's a problem there. I don't want a truck smarter than the mechanic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I'll get a Peterbilt on my next one. Sorry, I'm not getting it. I love the new Volvos, the shit, but it's like I need something I can drive, and so we're gonna go with the Peterbilt.
Section 8 said no phone, no Google, no chat GPT, no AI cameras. Exactly. Think
When I
about
started
this,
driving,
guys.
I didn't have a cell phone when I started driving. No GPS, no nothing but a CB radio and a map.
You know, the whole thing when I started, you guys know those big ass Atlas maps, those big ass ones?
Yep, this one
You know,
right there.
you keep it in the truck.
Uh,
You keep it in the truck. How many lease operators, how many owner operators, and how many truck drivers do you think really has an Atlas map book?
no, they got 6 GPSs lined up across their
A
windshield.
lot of people don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Think about it. How many do you think can read the Atlas book, map book?
Yep, it'll tell you everything for every state. Rand McNally, sitting right there, laminated pages. Yep, spiral bound, right there.
But a trucker GPS only knows what you tell it.
Mm-hmm. And
Only
you got to
'cause-
update.
I mean, how many motherfuckers, man, do GPS and you see them on the dirt roads and shit and they're all fucked up or something? Now, don't get it twisted. I like Google Map because if a road's closed, it tells me, right? Atlas ain't going to tell me if a road's closed. If there's a cop up ahead, Google Map will tell me. The Atlas map book ain't going to do that.
Shit,
But
back
just
in the
think
day,
about it.
the CB would tell you that back in the day, where the cops
Let's
were.
talk about that. How many people have CBs in the truck?
Always, and it's always on. You know,
Like you're gonna
always
say,
had
so
CB.
Kyle, there ain't no change in trucking, man. It's all been the same. How many people, if you look inside their trucks, how many got a CB? How many know how to talk on a CB? Well, I got a CB. Okay. Look, these old school truckers, these old heads, if you don't talk CB talking that motherfucker, they ignore you. Like straight up.
I can run my mouth pretty good on a CB radio. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been doing it
You
too
know,
fucking long. Yeah.
it's their own situation. I'm gonna show you this video real quick. Let's see. Wait, did I do audio? The funny thing is, I added the audio to it. Listen to this shit.
Damn, that's good.
Will. I'll play it one more time.
That is a badass truck.
It is.
It is, dude.
And it don't get taken care of, bro.
You need me to move to California? Oh yeah, of course you added the audio. Yeah. Oh yeah, you definitely added the audio. Cheater. But it fits. That's good looking, man.
Especially hitting the Jake brake, right?
Yeah, yeah. Jake in
Wanna
between
put
the
that in
gears and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of people they don't even know how to even shift, you know, with the Jake brake on.
Yep.
Love the CB radios. One thing I miss. Yeah.
Yep.
Shit, get a ham radio, bro, and put it in your house. You can still do the same thing.
Shit,
Don't
back
ask
in the
for a
day,
radio check. You know you're new.
that's how you got into places back in the day. Break 19 for some local motherfucker. 8 motherfuckers be telling you how to get into a receiver, or shipper, or how to get places. The CB was a must. You know, how to get in places, what's going on with track. It was fun. Plus this bullshit when people going across the country.
Check this out. DJ says, don't ask for a radio check. We know you're new. That's a fact, right? That's a fact. Like the CB will tell you how good your audio is. And if you got talkback, you can hear yourself on the motherfucker. How many guys know what talkback is? Put a 1 in the chat on the CB. A lot of people ain't got talkback.
If you want to hear talkback, I can key up right now and you can hear it.
Key it up. Show it to them.
Audio, check. Hello, come in. I don't know if y'all can hear the talk back and the echo and everything, but yeah, it's kind of hard to make it do everything. But it does a lot.
Hang on, I'm reading. Section 8 says, I'm good. I don't run a CB. I'm a local owner operator. I run 40-mile radius. Well, you don't need a CB, Section 8, if you run 40-mile radius. Hey, Atlanta says, this is why I was laughing. Atlanta says, never say good buddy on the CB.
Nope.
Oh, man.
That's why trucking's so fun, man. You know, big radios, cool trucks, and just riding around, checking out shit. Like there was a flat top back there at the rest area with a stainless spread. Looked good as a motherfucker. You know, seeing shit, hanging out, just beach truck. You know, it's all about truck.
Big Red says CB lets me skip drivers checking in at some of these moments. Okay, at the pop places. There you go.
I like when you got check in by phone or check in by CB. Fuck yeah, I'm talking on my CB radio. Yeah, how about that receiving come out? Yeah. Then they come back
Yeah.
with a big radio. Oh yeah.
How many guys know what? How many guys know what barefoot means? Hey man, you got a CB? Yeah, I'm barefoot. How many guys know what that means? If you know what it means, put it in the comments. I'm not gonna say put a 1 because they might put a 1 and still not know what it means. If you know what it means, when your CB's barefoot, put it in the comments. I'm gonna test you guys right now. I'm gonna check your knowledge.
I'm gonna tell you right
Oh,
now,
wait.
this CB right here is barefoot with 80 watts with a 20-watt dead key. See what
You're
they know
not
what that
supposed to
means.
say all that, bro. You're spilling out too much information right now. You gotta wait.
But I
You gotta
but I
calm
said
down.
it's
You gotta wait.
but I said it's
No.
I said it's barefoot. It is
I know, but
barefoot.
you gotta wait because you're hinting too much information. You have to wait. All we had was a roller quarters calling card, road atlas, list of phone numbers, logbook, and green
Yeah.
book.
Yeah,
DJ.
exactly.
So
And the
DJ,
truck stop book. The truck stop book. Yeah.
yep. How
Truck
many
stop
do
book.
think about this? This is serious shit. We can giggle and laugh and all that, but how many owner operators? Okay, I'm not even gonna say company drivers. How many owner operators, right? Big time. I need all the money. You know, I know everything, including the people you guys might even watch on social media, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, all that shit. How many people do you guys watch that are big old time truck owner operators that know how to, number one, read an atlas, number two, really know how to do a paper log, three, know how to talk on a CB? I'll wait.
Know how to really run a paper log too. Come on. Yeah. Loose leaf.
Fucking wicked. Speaking of good buddy, where the fuck is good brother at? Good brother, where the fuck are you at?
Perfect. Oh man.
Yeah. Where you at, good brother? Fucking, I need you on my stream, damn it.
How about that good brother? Come on.
Yes, dude. See, he gets respect over here, man. But he gets these other channels. I saw him on a channel with fucking who was that? What's his man? I forgot who it was, but they're like, oh hell no. How about you skip land? How about you come on and sit back reading this mail beat?
Skip diddy doo dah across country. You catch that a lot. Yep.
Yeah.
Skipping across.
Mr. Misunderstood says no power. Goddamn, Terry. You impress me, Terry. You impress me. But they don't call it an app. They don't call it an app. What do they call it? Don't you say nothing quick if you know.
Okay,
you gotta wait.
Yeah, I know.
They don't call it an app. What is it? Striker or better, or it's trash. I'm glad I got a lot of guys that know what the fuck time it is, man. Shit's fucking funny, man. Check your SR. Yep.
I've always
what do they
said
call it?
galaxies.
It's not an app. What is it? How many guys like Roger Beat? Anyway, 10-4 trigger.
I don't like a Roger Beat. I don't like a Roger Beat.
Like those fucking Robert. Yeah, who likes
no,
those Roger Beat?
A Roger fart is kind of cool, but a Roger Beat, nah, that's annoying as fuck.
Corey Rogers is typical trucker crap. Let's see who knows more about everything. My goodness. Oh, so Corey's all mad right now because I'm trying to find out what they know. So he's in his feelings. Typical trucker crap. Let's see who knows more about everything. My goodness. SoCal here is trying to show everything he knows. Come on, bro. We're having a good time, Corey.
What have you been driving for like a year and a half, Corey? Just don't want to hang out and talk truck?
Why are you worried about what goes on over here, Corey? We're just having some good trucker time. This is the shit we talk at a truck stop. We're just having a good old time, man. You want to fuck it all up? Go ahead, bro. You know, I guess you're on the wrong channel, I guess. Sounds like barefoot is similar to jailbreak phones. Nah.
What
Loose
am I
leaf
telling?
logs was my friend. Yeah, here, let's talk about that.
Loose
talk
leaf
about
logs
that.
are the shit. Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a second, right?
And 2.25 miles, keep
You hear
right.
everybody saying, "Oh man, you know the old school truckers." Now remember, they ain't from back then. They didn't have anybody from back then. It's just what they hear, right? Old school truckers. They used to run 2 or 3 log books. Really? I never
No,
ran 2 or 3 log books.
no. I just had a loose leaf and just
I had a
that
loose
one out.
leaf. I
Yeah.
just take that good page out, put in a whole nother page, back it up a little bit, and
Uh-huh.
keep trucking. I
Exactly.
didn't have 2 or 3 log books. Why?
You had a
You
lot of
guys that
loose
want to
leaves,
speak
though.
on old school trucking and don't know shit and want to say people running, think about that. Let's just really think about it. Running 2 to 3 log books. If you don't have a loose leaf and you got those cheap ass logs where you can't rip nothing out and do nothing, think about that. That means they got to pull
Uh-huh.
over and fill out a whole new log book and back it all up 7 days.
Yep.
And then when you got to do it, change again, get out another log book and rewrite 7 days of logs to run 2 or 3 log books. Who the fuck does that? You know, the
Or- or-
drivers back then, they used to run 2 or 3 log books. We ain't doing that shit. No, it's a loose leaf. You pull out a couple of pages. I ain't gonna tell you how to do it, but all you gotta do is pull out a couple of pages, change a couple of pages. Loose leaf log books is the business. My big
Oh.
fan. I had a leather cover and everything.
Oh yeah.
Old school guys that I know of, they didn't ever ran 2 or 3 log books.
And,
They ran a
and get,
loose leaf.
get you a ruler too. Make them lines straight. Because when you do show it to DOT, everything's neat. Yep.
Yeah.
Get that ruler. Make sure it's neat, not sloppy.
All these new booties want to talk about old school drivers like they know what the fuck they're talking about. There you go. Thank you, Lana. A linear. That's what
Linear.
it's called, a linear.
Linear kicker. Linear.
Yep, a
Basically
kicker.
an M for a
Yep.
CB. Yep. Ugh.
Yeah. And here's what's so crazy. Here's what's so crazy. If you're the guy like, man, I like linears, right? See, the older trucks, you can run big power linears and it doesn't affect the truck. These new trucks, you put a big ass linear on behind that CB, it can fuck that truck up. It can mess that truck up. The brand new trucks trying to run a linear. Here's another thing that I learned. When I went to Florida, I was in the Pokemon truck, I think, right? And I bought what the fuck did I buy? Fuck, I don't know. I have to go look. It's in my container. I spent $1,000 on my radio shit.
Just stop at Wildwood, Massa CB shop at Wildwood. They does pretty good with radios.
I went to the what is it, the I-40 or whatever, the truck stop, Chrome Shop. So
I-75 Chrome Shop, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So
yeah, that's
so check
Massa
this out.
CB. Yep.
Yeah, so check this out, right? This CB already has like a built-in mild linear in it, right? It pushes, I think 500 watts or something. I think 250, some shit like that. A typical Cobra is like 40 watts, right? 25 watts, 40 watts, some shit. Depends if you tweak and peak it, right? So one thing I learned that he told me was, so this radio that I bought, you have to run a power cord straight to the battery on all the trucks except which truck? Except which truck? There's one truck brand that the CB power cord, I don't know. It already goes to the battery, whatever. But this truck can take it with the power on the wire. Guess what brand it is? It blew my fucking mind. I came in. I was gonna pay him. He says this. Oh man, good thing you got a Freightliner. Otherwise, I'd have to fucking run a separate power wire. Freightliner, bro. Shocking, right? Freaking Freightliner. They're the only ones only ones you don't have to run a separate power wire when you're running big shit. Surprisingly, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead for the break for DJ. You've been in my needle over here. Yep, booster. Yep. So they have boosters too, but boosters I think are a little bit different than linears. I think they're like smaller, or they could be the same thing. Fuck, I don't know. Talking party row. You just want to learn. Oh, you talking about Corey? Yeah, I ain't tripping. We're laughing. We're all having a good time. You guys are enjoying the content. You guys are involved, right? We're talking about things. And then I got to get a guy coming here and saying, there we go. Talking about who knows more.
Well,
the
what do
thing.
you know?
Facts
Come on in. Let's talk.
The facts are the facts, right? Facts are facts. When is it embarrassing to talk about facts? How
We're
about
talking trucking.
okay? Yeah, this is a goddamn trucking channel. And a lot of people on here know more than I do. And I know more than some people. Like, who gives a fuck? The thing is I bring everybody to talk about a lot of things. And there's stuff that I don't know that they know. They put in the comments. And the good thing about that is on the replay, people get to learn from my audience in the comments and myself and the people on my panel. There's like all of us sitting at the fucking truck stop, hanging out, drinking coffee, and having eggs and bacon or something. That's what this shit's all about.
So a lot
I
of
never
motherfuckers
ran
don't
to
even know
that's
what a-
DJ says, I never ran to that's bullshit. Talking about logbooks. Well, yeah, but if you listen to people, they'll tell you. And old school drivers, they ran 2 or 3 logbooks. They ran 2 or 3 logbooks. But I don't know anybody old school that ran 2 or 3 separate logbooks.
just
I remember
loose leaf.
them running loose leaves.
Yep. How
You know
many
what I'm
people? How many people you think they know what a split rim is on a Y5? Yep. With an inner tube inside the tire, a split rim. Bias ply with an inner tube and a split rim.
With Dana axles.
Yeah. Yep. With that big Y5 hub in the middle. That thing will kill you. Yep.
Terry says, I got the front door, DJ. Got a polar bear in the
And you see them on some old containers.
Spitting in your logbook. Remember when having no logbook was $100 fine and 8 hours off duty?
Yeah, you had to take an 8-hour break back then. Yep.
Yeah, they changed all the stuff. Now it's a 34-hour reset. Now if you get fucking busted, they shut you down for 34 hours, bro. Think about it.
Bullshit.
If your log is fucked up, they will shut you down for 34 hours, bro. GJ says Kodak with the
coloring book.
Yeah, man. I mean, isn't that some fun shit?
Coloring book and the CB Sesame Street. Yeah, CB Sesame Street. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about that Evel Knievel?
Chicken house locked up, nobody home.
Yeah. But this is the fun part of trucking. I know Corey don't want to hear it, but I'm just trying to, talk about some fun things about some factual fun things about trucking, and so is everybody on here. Everybody's on here in the comments are talking about stuff. I'm not saying it; they're saying it with their knowledge, right? But what it does, it helps the new people understand the history of trucking. You know what I'm saying?
The guys that would give bear reports back in the day, it's like there's got one sitting here. It's like, what do you got this shit written down somewhere in your truck? How do you remember all that? I used to go out from Chicago to Cleveland a lot, hauling cars to Cleveland and back and forth, and going across the toll road to top. The speed limit in Ohio back then was 55. So the bear reports were always kicking. They couldn't wait to get to Indiana because then the race was on. It was a lot of people talking on the radio and big old long line of trucks. I guess it wasn't a convoy, but if everybody's doing 65 in Ohio and no one's stepping out the pass, they just kind of don't fuck with you because everybody's doing it. There's too many trucks to pull over. It was fun, dude. Everybody just bullshitting on the radio. It's good times. It's like, damn, I got to get fuel. Shit, I'm gonna lose the pack.
Yeah, trucking when drivers back then compared to 2026, today you get a bunch of good buddies. We used to get truckers, right? And see, that's the thing though, man. Like everybody in my comments, you see the years they got in trucking. I can't get on here and pretend that I know something that I don't know. These motherfuckers will call me out on my shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's just crazy, man. But yeah, if you listen to people and tell their stories at the truck stop and everything else, truck drivers used to run 2 or 3 logbooks. And I don't know anybody. When I got in it, and when I used to ride with my dad when I was little, he always had a loose leaf.
Mm-hmm. Super Eagles got loose leaves.
In the electrical
I got a lot-
form.
I get you new hours. Okay, you ready to go now? You go now.
Scissorhands says, SoCal, forget him. This is awesome. Well, how many guys like talking old school truck and shit like this? Put a 1 in the chat. Let me see. Maybe everybody's all pissed the fuck off because we're talking about shit that
You
we're
know how
talking about
much you
today.
learn from old school? The SoCal's dad was in here for an hour. We learned so much from how it used to be.
Yep, I got that video.
You know,
I like bringing him on because he tells us, and the stuff he tells is what I was already taught. You know what I'm saying? Growing up.
my buddy's dad back in the day, he was old school truck driver. He ended up getting sick, but he would just like to sit and talk truck. We were still trucking and he wasn't because, he got up in age and had problems, but he just liked to just sit and just listen to his stories, man, of truck driving. It's like, damn, this dude's like the rubber duck of trucking,
Yeah.
Just all the good stories, just a lot of good shit.
I guess Corey
Yeah.
disappeared. I had to run all my own wiring to battery for the 10-meter radio. Yeah. I miss those days where the Iron Skillet had a sign that said truckers only.
Yeah.
How about how many guys remember if you're a truck driver, you used to go eat and tell them you're a truck driver and they'd give you a discount because they appreciate you being a truck driver? Any guys ever had to deal with that? Quick?
Only during
Anytime?
COVID. Only during COVID. Other than that, nah. You really don't get that much of it. Driver appreciation week or during COVID. During COVID, it was nice. The roads were empty and people actually appreciated you bringing shit. Even though when you went to the grocery store to get shit for you, it was empty, and then you go into have a fit inside the motherfucker. I did. It's like I bring you guys all this shit and you leave me nothing. Nothing for me. It was COVID was rough in a truck being out here.
You
Because
guys say
there was
CB19,
no
man,
food.
because YouTube hates certain words.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. 19. No, 19.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, man. YouTube is weird these days, man. Even YouTube changes every year at the new rules, bro. Like every year they tolerate less and less. In this fucking YouTube, especially for monetize. It's crazy. I'm trying not to cuss so much because they hate that stuff. It's probably why they don't send my alerts out. Okay, this cussing idiot right here, we're gonna go ahead and just not send out as alerts. So DJ says split rim was a Widowmaker. Man,
Oh, yeah.
Look, check this out. How many of you guys know what a split rim is?
Overseas, they still run them too. But here, they kind of did away with them. But some
Yeah,
container chassis have them.
They have it with the beauty ring and all that shit.
In a certain size tire called a Dayton. It's weird. I don't even know if that's a tire. It's just fucked up looking.
Yeah. Here's the saddest thing, man. I knew a tire guy, man, and he did all the containers, right? Nicest guy you'll ever know, guys. Nicest dude you'll ever know. And this tire had a big ass bubble in it or something. And he had a split. He was taking the split rim off, right? You guys know how that shit is.
Mhm.
And that whole thing, I don't know if it was the bubble that blew up or the split rim just popped, but it shot him back from the trailer, bro. Hit his head and everything. He was rushed into the hospital. He was in a coma for a long, long time. A long, long time. When he came
Here's,
out
here's
of
the, go
when he
ahead.
came out when he came out of the coma, he was like an 8-year-old, 10-year-old. He was married to kids and everything. But he had to relearn everything, and he didn't know people, and yeah, he was like an 8-year-old, 10-year-old. You know, shit's sad when you see that. All over a job, man. He owned the tire company. But you know, he's just a little guy just out making a paycheck. But that shit is no joke about that Widowmaker, because he could have died, man. They thought he was gonna be gone. He was in a coma a
It,
long fucking time.
Here's a jewel for y'all. And when you're filling up a tire, if you have a low tire and you're filling it up, don't stand by that tire. Most air fillers will click on a valve stem and stay. Walk away from that motherfucker when you're putting air in it. Because if it blows, it'll kill you. If you're down there putting air in it and you're just sitting down there with the tire, and that fucker decides to let loose, you're dead. Walk away from that motherfucker. Get it clicked on there and walk away and let it fill up. And then go back and kick it off and check it. Tires are dangerous on these trucks.
How many guys, and here's the thing too. Think about this. Summertime. That's when it's the most dangerous time. Summertime.
Yep.
That tire is hot as hell. The air inside that tire is hot as hell, bro. It's hot. And now you're putting some cold ass air in there to fill it up. My advice, I mean, don't listen to me. Shit, I ain't nothing but a dumbass truck driver, but my advice is this. Let it cool down. You can feel the tire and how hot that shit is. Let it cool down before you put the air in it.
I have
Anybody
a laser
know about that?
A laser
Huh?
thermometer thingy. I have a laser thermometer. You can point it at a tire. One's hotter than the other, and then that one that's hotter is probably low. Your axles, you can tell if you got a bearing going out, if that one axle's really, really fucking hot and the other ones aren't. So you got a bearing or oil failing in that axle. Just with a little laser thermometer. Those are good to have in a truck just to check shit, especially your axles and tires.
Edward Scissorhands says a real trucker listens to this. Yeah, this ain't steering wheel holder talk right here, man. This is trucker talk. Every town has a local character on CB with big radios.
Oh yeah.
Remember when East Coast was 73,280 weight limit and total length was 55 feet?
Yeah.
Dude, that was in California too.
Yeah.
That used to be so. Those rules used to be a long time ago, guys. Remember? That's why cab overs are so popular. Cab overs are so popular because of the length and shit. You guys remember
40-foot trailers, and they have 48s, 73 240, I think was the weight.
No, way back then they didn't have 48s. They just had 40s.
Yeah.
The length.
And those trailers are wide 5 split rims. Remember the trucks back then? They had like gas motors. You know, they go slow up and down hills. They didn't even have a fucking interstate. These motherfuckers out here with no AC, no nothing.
Well, the old trucks like in the 60s and stuff, they had diesel engines, but they're like 200 horsepower with no turbos.
Yep.
Like the narrow nose Pete's and all that kind of stuff. Like, think about that. 200 horse with no turbo.
What was it? In the movie Convoy, the black dude with the day cab, I think it was a Peterbilt, little skinny nose. I think it was a needle nose.
Yeah, they call that needle nose. They got needle nose. They got butterfly hoods.
Yep, and he had that old ass truck with no sleeper running across country. They didn't have a lot of sleeper trucks back then. You know, cab overs, conventionals.
And then when they had sleepers, it was just a bed back there. Nothing crazy. No microwaves and TVs and APUs, and you just rolled your ass back. You had enough room back there to go to sleep.
No AC. Hot as fuck.
AC on the Peterbilts, the AC used to be on top of the roof.
Yep.
And on the old trucks, like even when my dad was a union truck driver. The old trucks, the AC would just never stay going. And his union contract was if the AC didn't work, he got paid more money per hour. and the ACs just never fucking stayed going on those old ass trucks.
Uh,
No power steering.
no, but that
You know
big
what I
ass
mean?
white
No,
wheel, you had to turn like
no,
17,000 times.
no air ride cab. Think
Yeah,
about it. You didn't
spring
have it. You
ride
didn't have
suspension, bias fly tires on split rims. Shit.
like truckers back then, bro. They really took and the seats. They didn't have air ride seats. They had the springs. Like they really took a fucking beating back then.
There was no amenities in the truck at all. I mean, literally. They didn't have cell phones, so you didn't need no phone charger. Everything was a cooler with ice in it. There wasn't no fucking 12. There wasn't no 12 volt in that motherfucker. Just for the radio. That's the only thing that took power. Everything was just gauges and just raw. Just raw shit, you know? No insulation, fucking wing windows, loud, hot, cold, noisy.
Exhaust coming through the
Just-
floorboard.
Hell yeah. Black
Like, how
smoke
many-
everywhere.
Let me ask
You
this.
guys so easy.
How many drivers and owner operators you guys, if we had to go back to those trucks in the 60s, how many guys you guys think they could make it? If they said, hey man, everything off the road, let's get back to old school trucks, mechanical engines, you know, the 60s. How many people that are truck drivers or owner operators say, fuck this shit, I quit?
I
Think about
do it
that.
for fun. I do it for fun, but I won't want to do it for work. It's
Bro.
just not the same anymore. I do it for fun.
So back then, I had a driver. I was a supervisor of the company, right? And so a driver, it was union. He would go on his vacation. And I said, "Fuck it, I'll fill in." And he had an old school 359, no power steering. It had a 400 big cam and I think a 13 speed. Remember, they didn't even have 18 speeds back then. Think about that. They had
Yeah.
13s and 15 overs.
Yep.
So, matter of fact, if you go way back, they didn't have none of that. They had a pair of sticks, 4 and 3, 4 and 4. You had sticks, right?
Yep. Or
But-
2-speed rear ends and shit. Yep.
Yep. I fucked with all that shit. But so I drove his truck. So high gear, 2,500 RPMs, which is fine for those engines, 55 miles an hour.
That's it. Screaming.
Now, that was it. But you know what? I had way more fun driving that truck than I do today driving the new trucks. When you start
be
up that
fun to drive
mechanical,
Yeah.
man, I mean, maybe it's different for everybody else, but the smell of the diesel and the
Oh, yeah.
truck and the sound, and you get in that motherfucker, and it handles like a damn tank.
Oh yeah.
You know, handles like a
And
tank.
the,
Big
and
ass
and the way
steering wheel.
the way you got to drive it too. You know, it's you can't drive it like one of these. You know, low RPM. You got to be on it. You know, it's getting it. You know, you gotta drive it. You know,
Yeah.
but out there in Phoenix, they restored their first truck out there. It's a cab over Freightliner with a Detroit in it. It's like brand new, but it's big old white wheel, and there's nothing in it. But like spot for the CB, there's no power cords. There's nothing. It's in the back. It's just small. It's like there's no amenities at all. How it used to be, but it's cool, you know, and it runs, and it's a cab over. It's pretty neat. Yeah. It's fun shit. Like I said, trucking's fun, man. But you know, you gotta enjoy trucks. Seeing these stretched out trucks all low to the ground, all pimped out, and just it's like, yeah, what is he doing to have that? Well, he's probably doing good. He's doing things right. But it's cool shit. It's like hot rods and Harleys, and you know, that's what trucks are when they're fixed up, you know. Making it different. That's what makes it fun.
My Harley, I bought it brand new in 23. That's the last year of the digital gauges. I mean, not digital, analog gauges. Now they're digital.
Mhm.
Now they got the screen. Well, I don't want the screen. It's cool when they're brand new. If you want to hold on to it and 20 years down the road, you hand it over to your kids and stuff like that, you don't want no TV screen that's going to have all electrical problems.
Exactly. These new trucks with the screens, they're gonna have issues if they don't already have them.
Terry said, it brings back memories of when I rode with my dad. Well, I appreciate we can do that for you, Terry, man. That's why I get on here, man. You never know about what we're gonna talk about, man.
Yep.
Sitting in
That's all
drivers only at truck stops with a phone at the table. Yeah. What up,
remember at
DL?
the trucks-
What up, SoCal?
remember
What
the
I
truck
missed?
stop?
You missed a lot.
They had a phone at the table that you would make all your calls. Had phone booths, little phone rooms.
And phone cards were so
Yep.
popular back then.
Yep.
Yeah. Call and collect. That tone says your name. Terry, meet me at the Waffle House. Oh, yeah. Hey, you remember that quick? You do collect call and you put the fucking message on your name and you just fucking hang up and they'd get the message. You didn't have to pay for the call.
Yep.
That shit
Yep.
is so fucking funny, bro. Yeah, I mean, they never caught on to that shit. They never caught on to that shit. That shit's fucking funny, man. What did you do when you first started making money, SoCal? What was your first cash earning investment? How did it help you grow your income? He's on a whole deal. You're on a whole nother chapter. But I did real estate. I ain't gonna get into it too much because we're talking about old school trucking. But yeah, I got into real estate a little bit. That's why I told the story on this channel already, and made 100-something thousand. Started and I invested in my trucking company. Remember, mechanics would put brake pads in a cage to cut them in half. Damn, DJ, he knows his stuff. Spider Mike had no sleeper. Spider Mike.
Yeah, that Spider Mike. That's what his handle was. Spider Mike. Yep.
Yeah.
Spider Mike had no sleeper, some old ass truck. And those guys weren't going that fast. I mean, back then it really didn't go fast. I mean,
Yeah.
and they were like on a lot of 2 lanes and shit. There wasn't no interstate. And the speed limit was 55 everywhere.
Yeah. And this was back then. He felt lucky to have air conditioning. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like drivers today, like I had a driver, and the AC went out. It wasn't even summertime. He said, "Well, if the AC ain't working, I don't want to work." Like, what the fuck? What are you made of, bro?
Yeah.
Like
it's
it
just
ain't,
like-
they ain't gonna fix it, but like you're gonna stop making money because your AC don't work, and
or
it
your
ain't even
nose is
summer.
running, get the fuck out of here. Go take an Advil or whatever the fuck it is and keep driving. Or if you were broke down, motherfuckers will stop and check on you or get on the CB. Hey, you're all right over there. You know, you need this, you need that. Yeah, they check on you. You check in on everybody if you see someone on the side of the road. No, they don't give a fuck no more. Just drive by. Hell, they might not even move over. Just take your fucking mirror off as you're going. It ain't
And
the
I said
same,
no
dude.
engine brake. Yeah, they didn't have engine brakes back then. You had to know how to drive. You had to know how to go down a hill with just brakes
Yeah.
without burning them up. I mean, look at us today,
Yep.
though. Look at us today. People are smoking brakes going down the hill with the Jake. They don't even know how to use a Jake brake. Think about that.
No. Start slow, go slow.
cr-
Everybody was in a hurry.
Some drivers do not know how to use their gears and how
Nope.
to use their brakes going down a hill. Which I want to tell you guys this. All you guys should practice that, because what happens when your Jake goes out? Then what do? You're fucked. You should practice it while your Jake works. You know what I'm saying? Practice it. Go down a hill without a Jake. Right? When you're loaded and empty. And practice that. Practice.
Start slow,
Well, that's
go
the thing. Yeah, just practice that going down the hill. And if you start losing control and you can't do it, then you flip on your Jake and let it rescue you. But you should always practice that just in case.
In 1 3/4 miles, exit right.
In these auto shift trucks too, man. You had the Jake on, you hit the brake, it'll peg the tachometer. It's like, okay, that's just bad. That's just bad for especially a diesel motor. Now get on the brakes hard and get that fucker slowed down real quick to get them RPMs down, because you will grenade that fucking motor doing that shit.
Yeah. Not just
Oh.
that, like the oil pump is only going to push so much oil. So the faster that engine going, I mean, the oil pressure is going to go up a little bit, but the oil pump's it's going to max out.
There's no governor, no rev limiter on a downshift. It'll shoot it to the moon until it windows itself and throws the crank on the ground.
My dad's JB Hunt truck had no jakes. Yeah. Damn, it was rough. Crazy to think people today complain. Yeah, I mean, just look at that shit though.
Yeah.
I mean, man, back then was just crazy. And look how easy it is for people today. Even back then, even back then, he didn't have cruise control.
No.
No cruise control.
Try driving right now with no GPS and no cell phone. Go ahead.
And no air conditioning.
And I'll give you air, but just no GPS and no cell phone. And drive from Chicago to California. Go ahead. Let me know how it works out for you.
Well, they can do it now because they've done it so many times. They know the route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what if you're an FNG and don't know no better?
Yeah. What about the people you guys see that's on social media? They were in some snow and they shut the truck down for 3 or 4 days. You remember that quick? We ain't got to mention names, but you remember that?
Yeah. Yep.
Shut the truck down because there's snow on the road for 3 to 4 days. I got pictures where I was on the snow. I didn't know where the fucking road was. I had to guess. Because it was a road that nobody was on. There was no tracks. It's dangerous. I get it. But shit, when you're on guaranteed pay, I guess you could park that motherfucker for 4 days.
Exactly.
In 5 miles, keep right.
I gotta stop in here about a half hour and get fuel.
Yeah, Terry said everyone would leave. No, yep, no heated mirrors. Yep, no heated mirrors. If GPS an automated truck, 7% would be gone. I think it'd be more than that, honestly.
Oh yeah, let's put a wiggly stick back in it. Yeah, fuck all this no shifter having motherfucker. See how many people can drive just a Manuel? Nope.
CF cab overs, no AC, no power steering, no air ride seat. Yeah. Guys like the good brother wouldn't survive if they had to drive what we drove back in the day. It's just crazy, man. Remember when truckers had to stack load onto pallets at delivery? Yeah, a lot of times you had to load your own shit, unload your own shit. And I know we would work all day and drive all night back then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They just got it done, man.
Fixed in Caddy. It was still warm out. Now I don't need it. We had a dispatcher when I started. He was an ex-trucker. He knew where every shipper receiver was going. God, I can't read. I'm so tired. Every shipper receiver was how to get there. Didn't need the map. Knew the mile markers. Knew the truck stops. GPS in his head. Yeah, man.
How many times you hear a trucker story, but this trucker can't figure out how to start the story until he tells you exactly where the fuck he was. You know the place. I was over at whatchamacallit out there, and you know the place. Got that fuck. They won't tell the story until they tell you where the fuck they were, and that's how the story starts. Even though you don't know where the fuck he was, yeah, I know where the fuck that is. Yeah. Then he'll tell the story. That's just old school, man. Old school. Sitting at the counter at any fucking restaurant, just all those fuckers in there running their damn mouth, lying. It's good times though. How fast their trucks are. Good times.
Yep.
Camaraderie, man. Now no one even wants to fucking get out of their truck or speak to you or hold the door for you or bullshit. Just nothing. A lot of nothing.
get the Atlas out.
That's right. It's right
You
over
know,
there.
you know what the difference between a fairy tale and a trucker tale? Fairy tale, once upon a time. Trucker tale, you ain't gonna believe
You ain't
this.
gonna believe this shit. Yep. Yep.
Yep. So it is crazy, people. It is crazy. Well,
Good times.
guys,
Good times.
I gave you 2 hours and 40 minutes of my time today. I'm out of here. I got shit to do. Hope you guys enjoyed this. And back on the Hurricane truck, I might sell it and go buy a Freightliner instead of fixing it. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just talking. We'll see. If somebody shows up with 25K, it'll just probably just be gone. We'll see how it goes. So you guys have fun. You guys take it easy, man. Be safe out there. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Not just from what I was talking on, but what the commenters were speaking on. I think it's just fun time talking trucking
Mm-hmm.
and getting down the road. And until I go live again, 2026 people, make it fun. I'm out.
You be good, man. I'm out.
Thanks.